Welcome to Fearless Finances, where I try to take the fear out of your finances. A lot of things are going on right now. It's the height of the Trump tariffs, and the Republicans are passing their budget bill, which is part of this video, but on a side note basis. But because there are so many things going on right now that are impacting people's investment portfolios, their jobs, their businesses, this financial concern can wait. And the reason it can wait is because the Republicans aren't likely to do anything with it to actually help us. Now, I kind of like starting these with a little bit of a riddle. I want you to look at this picture. Yes, indeedy. This is a picture of a flood in Kentucky. And I'd like you to imagine what sort of financial situation I might want to talk to you about that relates to this flood picture and the Republican budget bill. We'll talk about how they actually correlate on the other side. So, how does a picture of a flood in Kentucky and the Republicans' budget bill actually go together? And the topic is insurance. You see, I know insurance isn't very glamorous and it's not very glitzy. It's just not. But the classes that I teach are insurance continuing education. I spend a lot of time in the avenues and areas of insurance. And I started my financial career at an insurance company, a health insurance company that sold some life insurance products and annuities. And I see a major problem coming forward to all of us related to this very important area of insurance. Now, this picture of this flood ended up in my Facebook feed. Apparently, I'm part of a Facebook group entitled View from My Window. And this was the view from one of the contributors' windows. My comment on the post, it's very sad that we haven't heard anything from our president about this. Because apparently there's been floods going on in Kentucky and I think Tennessee too for quite some time. And in fact, what our government is choosing to do under Donald J. Yes, Donald, I'm talking about you. I know you like to be the center of attention. He does. They want to even take FEMA and send that out to the states. Now, the reason it's a federal program is some states get impacted by these natural disasters more so than others. And so we all pitch in and help people out. I've also heard that they want to privatize this. I've got other videos about this whole privatization issue. In fact, that's the one I'll link up to at the end of this. My comment about Donald J. and not even saying anything to the poor people of Kentucky about this disaster they're going through got removed. Yeah. I was even nice in it. I was like, it's really too bad we're not hearing from the president on this. And you know what? I'd feel the same way if it was Biden, Kamala, or anyone else. Obama? Come on. Our president should be out there helping to console people instead of golfing every weekend at, I think the bill is $13 million. But I digress. Oh gosh, I am so sorry to pop in like this. It won't take very long. But if you're liking this video, if you enjoy this content, please subscribe. I want to make sure I see you back here again. And if you'd like this video, it'll make sure it gets out to other people. And I'm interested in building a channel that gives you the content that you're interested in. So if there happens to be a topic or material in this that you'd like me to expand on, please put it in the comments below. I'll make sure I get to it. Plus, I'd like to chat with you. Now, back to the regular program. Now, you might be sitting there going, well, Renee, how does all of this relate to insurance? Well, these natural disasters are going to keep happening more and more. Even if Donald Trump and his supporters continue to go around saying there is no climate change, the reality is there is. The truth of the matter is climate change is real. Vaccines help people, and a whole host of other scientific facts that somehow people on the right are ignoring. Because we might miss out on 4 years of helping to curb climate change, these things will progress even faster. Top it off with the fact that private insurance will have a hard time keeping up. They're already having a hard time keeping up. This is why areas of California and Florida, their residents can't find insurance or it's very expensive. This is also why years ago we even made flood insurance, yes, a government program instead of covered by private insurance companies. Because our Republican representatives don't seem to really want to do anything that actually helps us. I can't think of one thing that they're doing that's helping us. If you happen to be a MAGA who's watching this and you know of anything that the Republicans are doing to help middle America and lower income individuals get through all of this, let me know. Because I tend to be pretty involved in all of this and I can't think of one. What we need right now is legislators who understand what is going to start happening to insurance companies who offer homeowners insurance and other commercial building. Donald J. Honestly, Donald J., you should know this. If you weren't committing so much fraud for your insurance, maybe you'd know how important this is. Oh my. So we need government legislators who are actually going to put forward legislation that helps shore up these insurance companies or find a way to move it to the government, not privatization. Oh, it hurts my heart, which brings me to the health insurance side. If the Republicans get this bill through, and by the way, the House just passed the budget bill. I can't remember if the Senate did yesterday or not. And I don't know if these budget bills are just formulations of a plan. The House had a hard time passing theirs because there's some fiscal hawks who don't like it because it's going to add $4 trillion to the deficit. Yes, yes, yes. But that's because we're giving an enormous, or keeping an enormous tax benefit to the rich, to the billionaires in this bill. And in the meantime, they plan to take away nearly $900 billion, that's almost $1 trillion, of health care from the American people. This is the thing. What our legislators should be doing is talking about how we can have universal health care for everyone else. We already have tens of millions of people in the United States that do not have health insurance coverage. This is an enormous financial risk. And what did they do to get these financial hawks to sign up for this plan? Oh, just read this line. A critical bloc of fiscal hawks dropped its opposition after a pledge from the top Republican that his chamber, is his chamber now? I thought it was our House of Representatives. Back to the title. Would embrace far deeper cuts than the measure would require. Now, I know that's only one sentence, but let me spell it out for you. Instead of considering adjusting the tax relief to the billionaires, they're going to take more stuff from us. This is a crime. This is a shame. And in my earlier videos, when I talked about how all of these cuts and the things that Donald Trump was planning to do would likely cause a recession and probably a depression, I'll link that at the end of this video too. When I created that video a few months ago now, I stood here like talking about it. Like, if they trim back all this money from the budget, it stops a humming economy that's doing really good, and it starts to roll all that back. And if they do too much of it without protections, like the FDIC and other social safety nets and our forms of insurance, right? These are all the things that are out there that help protect our wealth and help protect us. If they do all this rolling back without the social safety nets, without the little nets to help catch us, this is where we fall into a depression. So when I did that video 2 months ago, it was just a thing. It was an educational statement. It was an informative moment. Now that a lot of these things are coming true, it's harder. It is a lot harder to deal with. I listened to 2 business owners today. They don't even know how to get their products from China because what was supposed to cost $30,000 is now going to cost $200,000. What is even happening? So, since I want to leave this on a positive note, this is what I suggest we all start doing. If you have not yet, I think you should boldly tell everyone you know what you think about all of this. Whether they're MAGA or not, we need to start telling people all the things that we've learned, all the things that we care about. We need to speak truth and facts to everyone. MAGA somehow is still floating around with, we don't need health insurance, and I know my eggs will cost 4 times as much, but that's okay now. It's not okay. And this is the other thing that I'd like you to consider doing. Start to get involved. Write these people. I tried to write 200 House Republicans because I could not make it to the April 5th protests because I live down in Mexico. So I thought I would write to all 200 of them. They have an address screener. Essentially, when you go to their website and you try to fill out the contact form, they want to know what zip code or what address you're in their district. I did not have time to track that down for 200. The senators don't have that. I have contacted all 53 of them before. And certainly if you are in a red area and these people represent you, please, 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 please reach out to them. Same with the Dems. If you can, go to the protests. I know there's one coming up on April 19th, but since I don't know when this will post, maybe it'll be after that. Maybe I should do this one before. And I will put some of those resources in the doobly-doo. Insurance, oh, and by the way, the doobly-doo is the description. Yes, that's what we call it around here. So insurance is important. It helps protect our assets. And Donald J. is too concerned about his own retribution tour. Did you know he wants to add $100 billion to the defense budget, making it like $1 trillion? And instead of giving us health care for his birthday, he wants to have a parade with all the army vehicles. This is what fascist dictators do. And we know that's what he's doing. We have to get rid of him. Nothing will be good until we get rid of him. So remember, insurance is important. It's what protects everything else we have. If you want to know more about the whole privatization that I did a video on, or when I talked about why we might have